So this next quilt is going to finally have some cat fabric enter the quilting arena. So 2023, we finally got some cat fabric going, and it's this one. How cute is this? I love the blue background instead of being pink all over, but because we've got pink little bows, we're bringing in some pink fabric and some white Kona. And this is different white Kona than my big giant bolt of white Kona. So this is, I think, I bought this at Joann's trying to get 7 yards of white Kona that looked the same. And because they like to wrap their short pieces onto bolts on top of each other, I went through bolts and bolts and bolts trying to get 7 continuous yards that looked the same. And so I left the store that day thinking I had 7 yards that looked the same, but when I got home into my lighting, it 100% did not. So that went and got tucked away, as you can see, and now it's coming back in the form of a 3-yard quilt. So for this 3-yard quilt, we're gonna go with the magic of Christmas in January. And I think I'm gonna do this traditions one. So where the black is, that's where gonna be the cats. And then the red is gonna be the pink. And then this creamy color is gonna be the white. I didn't want the white to overpower, so I kept looking at all the backs and the different patterns. And since we're still in no spending January, I am trying my best to use what I have and also not put a whole bunch of white on quilts. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get these all ironed out and then we're gonna start chopping. So this one took a little longer to cut out, but I've got all my pieces that are gonna start going together. So this one is a strip set that's gonna go together before making some. We've got our borders, our binding, and whatever's gonna happen with these, I'm sure is gonna make my star block. So it's time to get down to business. And here I am again making things chaotically difficult with my directional fabric and my half square triangles. So in order to get these to get that like ribbon look, I had to pay attention to which way different things were gonna go. So let me see if I can get these all situated out. So that's gonna be the top one. Oh no, that's not right. This is the top one. And then I need this one's gonna go over here. Because obviously I want my cats to be right side up in their best way possible. And then on the bottom, I'm gonna have this one here. And then, what's wrong with this one? No, this is the bottom one. See, this is chaos. Sure, 3-yard quilts are easy unless your name is Emily and go a little bananas on this. So those are all my directional ones. So I'm gonna start getting those all set up. Pink's obviously gonna be easy because that doesn't have any direction to it. So those will be easy to figure out. These ones I've gotta do 4 different directions to make sure they get that like ribbony point. And then we'll be on to the next step. And now you can see Christmas quilt pattern doesn't necessarily have to be a Christmas fabric quilt. I really like how this turned out. Granted, my quick and easy way of doing these 3-yard quilts, ending up with directional fabric that has to deal with half square triangles and cats going a different direction and birch trees going a different direction on the last one. I'm ready for one that's just squares again. But I really like how this turned out. The pink is really cute with the blue and it just kind of sets everything off. I'm debating on whether I like how the binding is. The binding is going to end up being the cats. I think in the end it's going to be fine, but it's going to be kind of patchworky all over the place. If this was a quilt that I didn't do out of a 3-yard individual cuts, I would have picked something different for the binding because that's kind of a weird one to have as binding when it's around the edge. But that's just me. It could turn out super cute in the end. So now it's time to get this all situated and loaded on the long arm. So let me show you some close-ups and we'll be back next time to quilt this.